We've been reporting about the tragedy and the horror, but also the confusion. Some students telling me they thought this was a drill, that there had been a fire alarm earlier in the day, and that they had been told a few weeks ago that there would be an active shooter drill, but never did they imagine it would turn out to be the real thing.
Yep. What you are watching is exclusive footage from NBC News of an active shooter drill. It's the 13th such drill the school district has staged in the past year. And the victims are students, all volunteers.
Because they told us that they were going to have like fake, and have people being taken away and like have them scream or whatever. So I was like it must be
like in a
fake.
school drill? Like,
Yeah,
is that
like a drill?
I was just thinking of places I would hide or run if in the scenario that had ever happened. I couldn't think of any.
Look, they could be practicing a code red. They talked about doing this. They even talked about police coming on and, shooting blanks, to see what would happen,
And schools all across the country, from Texas to Indiana to Oregon, have staged the kind of drill you are seeing here.
And then I ran past the office and I saw more people dead, like kids I see in choir every day. And it was starting to get to me, and then I saw the gunman like right in front of me, and I stopped and I meant to run, but I was kind of frozen in my spot, and he shot me, and I was like, I died, so.
It has been to send adults playing the role of homicidal gunmen into schools. It has been to teach kids the best way to shield their bodies from the bullets. This is duck and cover for a new generation. But of course, our old Cold War adversaries are gone. The enemy now is within.
And he came in to pass one person, and he have short man, 160 meters, and he have helmet, and he have given the glasses, and he is a dress of the military, and he is a gun, machine gun of the M16 plug one, and it is a seat belt of the another gun, bullet, and he passed. I say, hey, what are you doing? And not talk me. He looking and not talk me. He is starting. He starting shooting, and the people of the changing the shoes and the shooting, and me I'm running. That's after that he go the inside and he go one by one. Everybody killing, and some people died.
In situations like this, it's difficult to measure time, but just as best as you can, between the moment that you heard some activity outside the window of the mosque and by the time the police arrived and the shooting stopped, how long do you think that time frame was?
10 minutes.
It was 10
minutes.
minutes of shooting?
Yeah. No, it's not 10 minutes of shooting. The shooter ran away, a couple of minutes silence, and then the police came.
And did the shooter say anything as he was carrying out this attack?
No, nothing at all. A brother from mosque said to me that he saw the shooter. He was wearing a mask and he had a gun. It was written, "Welcome to hell" on his gun. That's what he said to me. That's what he saw.
And what was going through your head in this moment?
You always think of these moments as how heroic you can act when these things come, but nothing, you can't do anything at all. You just can see people dying in front of you and you try to save yourself. I could see people getting shot and had brains out, and I just can't do anything. You just don't know what to do but to save yourself. And you don't even know how to save yourself. So I just went under a table. I was lucky enough to find a table. I just went under it and kept my head down, and I kept my phone on with the lady on the phone. And somebody shot. And after a few minutes, a lady shouted that police is here. The guy shouted that the police is here. And that was a relief. But then police came in, fired multiple shots. Probably that was police. I thought they saw the gunman running and they shot him, or they tried to chase him or whatever. And then the SWAT came in with all their guns, tried to survey the whole mosque. Asked us to put our hands up on the head, stand up, checked us. And that is the moment when I stood up and see what is exactly happening in the mosque. I could see the carpets going red with blood, with multiple dead bodies. The police have put clothes on those bodies. I could see them. I could see multiple dead bodies, and then eventually they put clothes on those dead bodies, and There were like 5 or 6. I saw it in all my 5 or 6 people lying dead on the floor. There were more though, and a lot of people. One of my friend got hurt, got shot in his shoulder. He is in hospital, and one of my friend got shot in the back of the head. He's no more. He died on spot. So that was really horrific. The police came, they rescued us. They walked us through the mosque towards a dairy across the road, and we stayed in the dairy for 30 minutes. And I saw people crying for their husbands or their kids. They could not find them, or they are left in the mosque. They are hurt. They cannot move. The police was doing everything they can to tell them that they are safe or anything, but we all knew what happened. So everybody had an idea that if they are not here, then where they are, they must be really bad, hurt or dead. So
Shoaib,
eventually they took her.
How are you feeling now? It's still a day. It's
horrific.
just
I cannot
been a
sleep
day.
or eat. Yeah.
You can't sleep or eat.
I don't. No, I can. No. I just can't hear gunshots. I tried to sleep last night, but I could not. I just stayed up all night. I just stayed up all night and just waited. I could not do anything but to call home. My father wants me to sleep because it's important, but I cannot. I just cannot explain you how I feel right now. I could still hear gunshots. I could still feel them, me lying on the floor, waiting for the bullet to hit me. But it did not, luckily.